What's up, Celtics fans? Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports. Excited to introduce you to our brand new host here at Celtics Today. It is Allie Barefoot. Allie, welcome aboard. We're excited to have you, and tell the fans what they can expect moving forward.
Yeah, Harrison, I am super pumped to be taking over this channel. We are going to be bringing you the most up-to-date Celtics news and rumors, and the season is not that far away. October 8th, the first preseason game against the 76ers. Boston Celtics have an historic franchise, and I can't wait to be a part of it.
The enthusiasm out of Allie's voice, I can't wait to watch her coverage as well. Be sure to subscribe, and she's going to get you caught up on the latest Celtics trade rumors here on today's show.
On today's show, we're going to break down a trade idea that our friends over at NBA Analysis cooked up, and it's a pretty sweet deal. It has Malcolm Brogdon going to the Miami Heat, and the Celtics, they would get not one, but two sharp shooters coming up the East Coast. Let's take a look at that trade right here. We would get Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin. That sounds insane. Will it actually happen? Who knows? But that's why we're talking rumors here. We want to bring the news and the rumors to the Celtics Today show. So there has been some rumors in the offseason of whether or not Brogdon would actually be back in a Boston uniform next season. I think it'll definitely happen at the start of the season, but who's to say with the NBA trade deadline? Now, we do have a quote here from Brian Robb. He does work closely with the NBA, and he basically said, it's still not 100% certain Brogdon will be back in Boston next year, even after Marcus Smart was dealt away per a league source. Now, we know that Brogdon was supposed to be a part of this three-team trade that did get Kristaps Porzingis into a Boston uniform. Brogdon was supposed to go to the Clippers, but the Clippers were like, dude, he's beat up. We don't want him. So Brogdon's now currently still in the Celtics, and Marcus Smart is now in Memphis with the Grizzlies. Overall, I do think Porzingis was a better trade out of that, but that does leave the question of whether or not Brogdon will be in the Celtics uniform next year or if he'll go somewhere else. So, will Brogdon actually play for the Celtics? I definitely do think so. I think you can get something for him at the trade deadline, but I want to hear from you. Do you see Malcolm Brogdon in a Celtics jersey this year? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Like I said, it could be anybody's game. There's still less than 30 days left until the preseason starts with the NBA. Who's to say a trade is not going to come before that? Something crazier have definitely happened in the NBA, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you're thinking. I think it could go either way. He could definitely be an asset for the Boston Celtics like he has been in the previous years, but let me know what you guys think. So, like I said, my take, I do want to see Brogdon at the start of the season. I think he could be a trade deadline candidate. You could probably get one or two draft picks for him, but you could definitely get somebody like Duncan Robinson or Caleb Martin. If you got both, that would be insane. That would be adding another 20 points per game shooter to already both the Jays, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and now you got Kristaps Porzingis, who's also a 20-point shooter per game. To add somebody like Duncan Robinson or Caleb Martin would be nuts. Talking about Duncan Robinson, like I said, he's got 9 points per game in the playoffs. He's got 1.5 rebounds per game in the playoffs. He can perform. We've seen it firsthand. He completely dominated Celtics in a 7-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals. But that 3-point percentage, that is what I'm looking at. He is a sharp shooter. He is lethal. He's backdoor. He's definitely more of a catch-and-shoot kind of guy. 44% from three in the playoffs is what helped Miami get to the finals. I 1,000% believe that. Whether or not they did actually finish in the finals is different. I think it was just the Nuggets here. But to have Duncan Robinson on the team would definitely help the C's get a chip. You got to think about it. You've got Jaylen Brown, who has sometimes been inconsistent, but when he's hot, man, is he hot. There's a reason why he's now the highest paid player in the NBA. He's got Jason Tatum. They're one of the dynamic duos in Boston right now. They both score over 20 points a game. And now you just added a 7'3" center, Kristaps Porzingis. That is going to do damage across the board. Now, if you put a sharpshooter in there, patiently waiting in the corner, TD Garden is going to lose its freaking mind. So, if that does happen, it's going to be nuts. But you also got to look at the package deal, that what is going to happen. So, the reason to actually do this, the reason to actually subscribe is because we bring you the latest Celtics news and rumors. Like I said, whether or not this trade's actually going to happen, come back because we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down as to why it would work, why it wouldn't work. and we're growing this community every single day. I'm excited. I'm going to be the new host of this channel. I'm going to be working my ass off to get you guys the latest information. We got a new producer, Smitty. He's working around the clock to bring you guys new information. We're going to make this channel huge. We've already got nearly 20,000 subscribers strong. Don't miss out. Don't be that person that doesn't subscribe. We want you in this with us. We're almost to the NBA season. I know we just got into NFL season. We're very excited about that. We want to make sure TD Garden is bumping. We want to make sure this channel is bumping because this could be the Celtics year. Along with that trade, we're going to look at the villain turned hero, Caleb Martin. We know some Celtics fans may not be a big fan of this guy. I personally am based off skill. I'm very realistic, but he did bring some drama to the Eastern Conference Finals, but that's what it is. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. You got to bring drama. So with Caleb Martin's, he dropped a 25-piece on us in Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Final. The next game, 26 points in Game 7, which took them to the finals, the championship, where they ultimately lost, but beside the point. He was 1 vote shy of the Eastern Conference Final MVP. I'm a huge Jimmy Butler fan. To have somebody be 1 vote shy, Jimmy Butler is that guy in playoffs. To have Caleb Martin be somewhat close to that guy, I'll take him. I think he could definitely do damage in the Celtics uniform. Like I said, in playoffs, he made 12 points per game over 7 games. He rebounded 5. He assisted 2 games. Field goal percentage was also still there, and the three-point percentage is right up there with Duncan Robinson. To have 2 players who can shoot around the perimeter is insane. However, he did drop almost a 20-piece points per game in the Eastern Conference Final. He definitely showed Boston what was up. He did kind of die a little bit down in the finals. He only averaged about 7 points per game in the finals, so it's definitely not what they needed. I don't know if he can definitely execute there, but maybe he needed a little bit more help. Yes, he didn't have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, but now if he's going to be on Boston and bring that energy to the finals with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, literally anybody else, he could definitely be just waiting there in the corner or bring some defense to the floor. Now, NBA Analysis kind of had a pretty good take here of, will he be the new Grant Williams? I don't see why not. Grant Williams averaged 8 points per game in the regular season for the Celtics last year, and Caleb Martin, he averaged 9 points per game for Miami Heat in the regular season last year, so they're kind of around the same area of shooting during the regular season, but I think Grant Williams brings a little bit more defense to the table than Caleb Martin does. Not to say that Caleb Martin can't be gritty. He can't be scrappy. We've seen it. We've felt that in the Eastern Conference Finals, that scrappiness. So I definitely think he could fill in the gaps there. I don't think we should be looking at this as like, are we going to refill this position? Are we going to find the next Grant Williams? I think Caleb Martin brings a different skill set that the Celtics could definitely use, but it's not a bad comparison that we can always refill something in the end. So the main question is this even realistic? I know we're talking about trade rumors. I would love to see this happen. Do I think this is realistic? Probably not. Just because I don't think the Heat is receiving enough with just Malcolm Brogdon. I think that they needed to get like a pick or 2 here or there, maybe some money, but you're giving up 2 sharpshooters from Miami Heat. So I want to make sure that we're giving it a fair trade here. At the Celtics, I think we're going to gain a lot if we get these 2 players. But if not, I do think Malcolm Brogdon will be on a different team this year. So if this were to be the trade that happens, I think this is the best scenario the Celtics can get in terms of what we will receive. Because I think having that designated 3-point shooter that can bring defense, that can bring some ball handling skills, will put us over the top. But I want to hear from you. You know I think this would be insane. So I want to know, who actually wins this trade? Would the Celtics win if they do get both of these sharpshooters, or do you think we're just losing too much and the Heat are going to win because they're going to have Malcolm Brogdon? They're going to have him just kind of be that 3-and-D type of player. He's going to bring the defense. He's going to bring the shooting. Do you think Malcolm Brogdon has more to bring to the table than just Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin? Now, I do want you guys to be as informed as we are. I want you in this Celtics community. Come join me. We're going to grow this channel. We're so close to the NBA season. I can feel it. I can literally hear TD Garden getting so excited right now. So I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to tell your friends. I want you to be here for the news, the rumors, because we're going to bring you the latest. I'll be working day and night to make sure the Boston Celtics fans have what they need.